All right, everybody, we're back for week 11 of our KDF Marathon strength training program. Again, I'm Alex Shefflet, and if you want to pause it right here, you can take a look at workouts 1 and 2 for this week. Nothing should be super new. Most of the stuff should be similar to what we've done for the past 10-ish weeks now. All right, so let's get started on workout 1. So up first, we have this suitcase goblet squat. Now I'm showing you here with a kettlebell, but I think it's actually a little easier with a dumbbell. It's just your basic squat, except we're going to be loaded off to the side. And actually, if you want to, you can just hold it down by your knee. It's a little easier to hold down there as well. And our cues for this are the same as all of our other squats. Start your squat from the knee, keep your chest up, and keep plenty of weight through your heels. And if you can, you really want to try and get your hip down to where your knee is. Alright, and then something that we haven't done a whole lot of here are our stop and goes. Now we're going to take about 4 steps, and we're going to try and land as soft and smoothly as we can on that last step. So think about trying to start and stop a run as quickly as possible. And notice that I'm also doing this backwards too, so I'm going to backpedal and try and stop on that last 4th or 5th step, whatever you choose to do. Alright, and then up next we have an exercise we've been doing for a while, our single leg RDL. Remember that we're going to try and drive our back leg up towards the ceiling, keep our chest up so that our back stays flat, and we're trying to land that kettlebell right onto our big toe. And what I'd really like to think about here is just rotating on the hip to make the whole motion occur. Alright, and for our upper body we do have something new. It's just a band snow angel. So we're going to pull back like we're doing a reverse fly. We're going to go up into a big Y position, come back down to that T, and then back in. The only two things that I really focus on here, I want to make sure that as I raise my hands up to that Y, my hands don't come forward in front of my body, and that as I raise my arms up, I don't shrug my shoulders towards my ear. So I'm really trying to keep them away from my ear. Alright, and then for our upper body push, we just have a basic in and out push-up. It's just a variation on just a normal push-up. We're going to take a wide stance, and then as soon as we do our push-up, bring the hands somewhat together, more like a narrow, almost a tricep push-up, and then just back to the normal push-up again. Okay, and then a variation on a bird dog here. So I have a band wrapped around my foot, and I'm holding the band with my opposite hand. So I'm going to try and keep my hips as steady as possible as I push that band back with my heel and pull it up into kind of a Y position like I'm doing the YMCA. Notice I'm trying to push my belly button up to the ceiling, keeping that back as flat as possible. Alright, and then a little variation on a plank. We're going to get the feet wide instead of narrow like a normal plank. The elbows are what we're focusing on here as we keep the stomach tight and we just move our hands back and forth really small. Smaller movements are definitely better here. And then I'm going to start adding in one mobility exercise at the end, and this is the mobility for today, a lateral lunge. So you're going to lunge to the side, reach both hands down towards the ground, and that leg that we just moved, we're going to use that hand, rotate it up to the ceiling, and follow the hand with our eyes. Now I really like to focus on my breathing here, breathing in as I lunge, and breathing out as I rotate that hand up to the ceiling. Alright, and then on to workout 2 for week 11 here. We're going to start off with something that we've done, a depth drop. So the height doesn't really matter. You can use something about 12 inches. This bench is 18 inches. You're going to step straight out in front of you, land on your whole foot, and land as soft as possible. That's really the key here. Now I'm turning the bench so that I can see that as I land, my hips are going to go back, my knees are going to come a little forward, and both occur at the same time as I keep my chest up. Those are all really important things. Alright, and then another exercise we've done before, a forward lunge, and then we're going to reach towards the ground. So we're going to actually step forward, keep our back leg straight, and then try and drop that kettlebell onto our big toe. And even though I said I'm trying to reach down, what I'm trying not to do is lose any upper back tightness. A lot of the times when we focus on reaching, we kind of lose that upper back tightness, we round our low back, and we don't get any actual glute activation. Alright, and then on to our next exercise here. We have a broad jump to a vertical jump. Again, I'm not too worried about how far you're jumping or how high you're jumping. It's just the reaction off the ground and then the soft landing. And as you can see right there, I'm going to literally land, and as soon as I land, I'm popping up off the ground. I'm really trying to react as quickly as I can. Alright, and then another upper body one that we've done before, our half kneeling lat pull down. And again, it's the same knee down of the arm that we're pulling with. We're going to drive the elbow down, try and drive our shoulder blade down into our back pocket, and at the very end, just a little tiny side bend. Alright, and then another exercise that we've done before, our half kneeling overhead press. So again, the same knee is the arm that we're pressing with. We're going to keep the stomach tight, squeeze the cheek on the same side, and then press straight up overhead. Notice again, just like all of the other overhead presses that we've done, my elbow starts in front and then my hand ends right above my shoulder. Alright, and then onto our core exercise. We just have a variation on our side plank. We're going to make sure that our hips are high. Our toe on the top is pointed forward as we go to lift it straight up to the sky. And like always, you can go to your knee to make this a little easier on yourself, but I like to keep my other leg extended, the one that we're raising. It just makes it a little harder on that top hip. And then second to last here, we have a cable lift. So it's the opposite of the chop. We're going to go from hip to shoulder here, keeping the elbows mostly straight, focusing on turning the shoulders, lifting the arms up. Now something that people can have a habit of doing here is overextending the back. And what you want to do is actually think about keeping the stomach tight, almost bearing down as you rotate through that motion. Alright, and then finishing up with our last thing, our mobility, we're going to do a half kneeling hip flexor stretch here. So we're going to focus on that knee that's down. You're going to keep your stomach tight, squeeze that cheek, and then reach away from the hip right there. You should feel this where your front pocket should be. Also notice that from this view, my low back is pretty much perfectly flat there. Alright guys, that finishes up week 11 here. So if you have any questions or comments, please do that below or email me at my email on the screen there, and I'll get back to you guys as quick as I possibly can. Thanks.